But at least in your mind, you go, well, that's not true. I should never use a statement, I'm not good at all sports. Too often we use the word all, we generalize something, and that really captures our mindset and puts it in a cage. And it says, okay, we're not good at that, we're not good at that. For example, another one, I'm not good with numbers. I'm not good with numbers. Again, a very blanket statement, a very general statement about I'm not good with numbers. Really? What's 1 plus 1? I thought so. See, you are good with those two numbers. In other words, you can't say I'm not good with numbers. It may be that you are good with numbers when you want to be. In other words, you just simply don't like playing with numbers. Do you see how that's a totally different statement? I'd rather you say, I don't like numbers because I choose not to want to do it, as opposed to saying, I'm not good with numbers. I'm not good with numbers is a very defeatist attitude. I choose not to work with numbers because I'm really not interested, so I hire an accountant to do that for me. You see how that's more empowering? And so these beliefs, as Deepak Chopra put it, is a thought that you believe is true for you. And you acquire these through interpretation of past experiences. So you had a bad experience with sports, so you created this belief system that you're not good at sports. But then you generalize it and make it worse. You had a situation where you weren't good with numbers. You screwed that up. But then now you say, I'm not good with numbers. You generalize again and again. You really undermine your own success because maybe you're not good with numbers because you don't want to be, not because you don't have the capability of being good with numbers. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because when you look at your belief system, you have to begin to question your own belief system. It's almost like self-therapy. When you say something, listen to what you say, and then ask yourself, is that really true? Is in those quiet moments of reflection that you have, ask yourself, is that really true? Am I really not good at that? And then, almost like a detective, like one of those CSI episodes, start asking yourself those tough questions. Look for evidence to disprove that you're really wrong. This is the only time you want to be wrong. When you make a statement, you say, no, I don't think so. For example, I'm not good at starting companies because the last two that I tried have failed. Let's use that as another example. Well, I'm not good at business. Well, okay, so the last two businesses you had actually failed. Got it. So how do we disprove that? Well, let me ask you a question. If I was talking to you, think of me as your subconscious mind talking to you and questioning you. I say, well, you just can't say you're not good at business because the last two failed, because it could have been a market issue, it could have been a product issue, it could have been a pricing point, or maybe it was just too hyper-competitive. So there were other external factors out of your control that could have forced you to fail. One, you can question yourself in terms of how much research you did, and maybe you could have gotten better at research.